Thank you for joining us today for the Building Futures Pathways to Trade graduation ceremony. We appreciate the effort that you have made in being here to celebrate the women who've participated in the Tradeswomen Australia's Community Foundation's pilot programme. Before we begin, I'd like to provide an acknowledgement of country. I would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, and pay my respect to their elders past and present. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders people here today. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Hughes Hallett, and I'm the chair of Tradeswomen Australia's Community Foundation. I moved to Australia over a decade ago and I'm proud to call Melbourne home, although I will admit that I still don't have a footy team. During my time here, I've worked across the infrastructure and construction industry, and I'm well aware of the limited representation women have in these areas, particularly in trades. I firmly believe more can be done to change how the infrastructure industry operates, and I'm incredibly proud to be able to support the amazing work that Tradeswomen Australia and the Community Foundation in particular is doing. The Tradeswomen Australia Community Foundation seeks to ensure that all women can live free of poverty and disadvantage by participating in the careers of their choice. We support women's security by encouraging employment in trades, both to boost their financial security and to contribute to Australia's post-COVID economic recovery. Today's events will see some fantastic and inspirational women take to the virtual stage to celebrate the participants in the programme by sharing their stories and experiences. Before Felicity, Trembath, General Manager of Industry and Growth at Victoria University, will hand out certificates to our fantastic programme graduates. The Building Futures programme, which has taken place in Wyndham, Footscray, Springvale and Sunshine, supports women to consider trade careers and make informed decisions about their pathways into the industry. The participants have been through a series of workshops with topics ranging from resilience building to trying a trade, learning from women already working in trade environments, and then transitioning into mentoring relationships. I'd like to acknowledge the support of the Lord's Mayor Charitable Foundation, Victoria University and Wyndham City Council, who have not only funded but championed the programme since its inception. I'd also like to acknowledge the great work done by Katie Yates, who has been managing the programme and shown huge commitment to the success of all the participants who've been involved. Finally, I'd like to give my congratulations to all of you who took part in our programme. You not only took a leap of faith in trusting us during our pilot, but in persevering with us through the world's longest lockdown. So to get things underway, I'm delighted to introduce our first speaker, Dr. Yael, who currently works as the Director of School Operations at the International School Services. She helps school leaders and operational staff create and sustain safe and compliant learning environments for students and staff. She's completed her PhD research in gender and workforce diversity at RMIT, where she researched the challenges and opportunities women face in construction industries while progressing their careers in trades and professional roles, something I'm sure a lot of us have experienced in our time in the infrastructure and construction industry particularly. She brings a unique perspective of over 20 years of management and leadership experience and has directly engaged in business enterprises on 3 continents. Together, we're working with Dr. Cass to implement changes and address problems in the trades workplace reflective of those she's found in her research across both Australia and New Zealand. Dr. Cass.
Congratulations, ladies. You are on an amazing path. Some people may tell you that you chose a tough path. They may be right, but it is your path. You freely chose it and for your own reasons. This is how life should be. We all should have the freedom of choice, whether it is our career, a partner for life, a place to live, etc. Life is all about choices, and you made a brave one. Brave because you followed your heart. I, like many of you, immigrated to Australia with my family some 10 years ago. My husband is Australian, and so are my kids. An advantage, yes, but still did not eliminate many, if not most, of the significant obstacles that you also face. Immigrating to another country is challenging. Those of you who are relatively new to Australia know the feeling. My biggest challenge was to find my first job. I worked hard at networking and answered scores and scores of job ads. I also began a PhD journey thinking, maybe this will be the place where I will be discovered. In a way, it was a breakthrough. I was offered a small short-term lecturing job at RMIT. This work made me feel valued, worthy, and enhanced my confidence and self-efficacy. I began to believe I can do it. I can be part of the Australian society even if I wasn't born here. I don't follow a footy club. My first language is not English. I have an accent, which you can hear, and almost no one can pronounce my name correctly. My message to those of you who immigrated is to persevere. Continue to pursue what you feel is right for you. If you find that something is not right, change direction. Being open to serendipity enhances the likelihood of things working out in our favor, even if it may not be obvious during the most trying times. I stand here today because I want to tell you some stories of women in trades and encourage you to follow the path you chose. I invested 5 years studying the lived experience of men and women in the construction industry in Australia and New Zealand. Working in a male-dominant industry most of my career and being pragmatic about my research, I sought to understand how men in the industry feel and whether their experiences are similar or differ from those of women working in trades and professional roles. I attempted to delve deep into the realities of construction industry workplace and individual male and female experiences within it. I found that the reason men and women chose a construction-related work or job are because they were either good in math and science, or they were exposed to construction through a close family member. All of the 65 men and women I interviewed attested that they love the industry, they love the jobs, and the opportunity to work outdoors in projects they can see tangible results in fairly short time. These were, unfortunately, the relatively few similarities between the genders. Research on women in construction is full of evidence of the challenges women face from the day they decide to choose a construction-related profession. My study confirmed many of those challenges. However, I also found strong women who wanted to change the world. They struggled, but they did not take no for an answer. Women who felt it was time to take matters into their own hands. They believed in their vision and the right to stay in the industry, to empower other women to join, but also to demonstrate and educate those who doubt that women are capable humans. Let me tell you a few stories of women in trades. All the names I will be using are false names to keep the privacy of the research participants. Shulamit, a woman carpenter, joined the trades in her 40s. All her life, she wanted to be a chippy, a carpenter, but she was told it is not for girls. So she chose to attend university and develop a successful career in management. In her late 30s, she decided to leave everything behind and follow her dream to become a chippy. She attended her pre-apprenticeship course at a trade school. Her teacher constantly told her how difficult it would be for her to find a job. He kept saying, and I'm quoting, "Oh, I'm just trying, to keep you like grounded. I'm just trying to give you a realistic view." Being tired and annoyed at his efforts to discourage her from following her dream, she one day told him in front of everyone, "Listen, buddy, I wouldn't have done the things that I've done in my life if I listened to people like you. I wouldn't, and thank you. And thanks for the advice, but I'm really over you you are discouraging me. Like, do you want me to fail? He denied, no, I think you're really good. So she said, well, then stop, you know. Why don't you encourage me instead of trying to discourage me? She stood her ground, and the teacher never bothered her again. She graduated from the course and was one of the first to secure an apprenticeship. She has remained with the same employer for years and is very happy with her choice of profession and employer. Today, she leads a small team of carpenters and feels she managed to change their perception about women in trades. One of her young team members even told her, and I'm quoting, "You have changed a lot of the way I think since I've worked with you. You have changed how I think about women, about gay people, about all of that. You've really changed it for me." The evidence shows that women in trades and professional roles generate a bottom-up change by taking their career into their own hands and manifest some of the challenges into opportunities for growth, building confidence, resilience, and enhancing their value proposition. For example, one of the well-known challenges for women in construction is the lack of networks. This challenge impacts career progression and retention because of the traditional way recruiting is done in this industry. Word of mouth. Women do not have the networks to help them find apprenticeships, jobs, and promotions, so they started their own. Just like Tradeswomen Australia and the network Fiona and her colleagues are developing, and there are others. An important driver for the bottom-up change is that women are celebrating their successes. They celebrate small wins. It builds confidence, enhances their self-worth and self-efficacy, but also validates in their eyes their workplace value proposition. Corinne, a woman electrician, described how men helped her at her workplace, mainly to lift heavy equipment when they thought it was too heavy for her. She stated that she prefers to try lifting heavy loads herself because it makes her feel good when she can prove to herself and others that she can. She stated that it is a small win that makes her feel empowered and motivated. Louise, a tradeswoman in a unique profession, expressed her joy at being able to learn specific hands-on tool skills that she had thought she couldn't do. And I'm quoting, always really wanted all through my teens and early 20s. And I felt like, oh, I can never do that. That is for boys, blah, blah, blah. She described how being a capable person makes her happy and how she thrives on proving that women perform the same as men. I don't know if this is motivation, if this motivation is healthy or not, she says. But the more I started working in industries and seeing the huge gender imbalance and the barriers I'm going to face, that actually motivates me because I'm really stubborn and, you know, focused on outcomes. And so that actually really gets me like, well, if you don't want me here, then I'm definitely going to stay here. Just pay me. Ladies, that's the spirit. I encourage you to celebrate your successes and achievements, especially the small ones. Take one step at a time, be generous and kind to yourself, seek to enjoy the journey. Commit to coaching and mentoring the next generation of women. Pass on what you have experienced. Turn it to your mission to pass on what you have learned. I very much hope that I will meet you face to face and soon again. Good luck, stay safe, and stay healthy.
Thank you, Dr. Cass, for sharing your research with us. I think there's a little bit of all of us in the experiences you've spoken about today, both in how our abilities can be perceived and in how we can be brave and choose to support and encourage the women we know around us. You spoke about strong women, those who have changed and empowered others around them, working to educate and demonstrate to women how they can participate in these spaces. To that end, I'm delighted to introduce our next speaker, Fiona McDonald, founder of Tradeswomen Australia Group. Fiona's career began as a light vehicle apprenticeship. During her time working in the automotive industry, she identified a lack of support, promotion, and opportunities for women in the trade industries in particular. During her apprenticeship, she started a networking group for women in trades, building relationships, establishing partnerships with business and industry. She has developed and implemented strategies to increase the participation of women in those areas. Fiona understands the opportunities of gender diversity in male-dominated industries and particularly values that diversity in the workplace. She and the team at Tradeswomen Australia work with employers to help them achieve benefits such as higher employee engagement, improved performance, greater innovation, retention of talent, improving employee well-being, as well as working to remove unlawful behaviours such as harassment and discrimination. Fiona knows and understands that having a diverse workforce gives you the best outcomes. Fiona.
Hello. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which I'm coming to you from today, the Wadawurrung people of the Kulin Nations, down here in Geelong, and welcome to all of you, and thank you for watching this video. And I also acknowledge that you are coming to us from other lands and recognise those as well. Firstly, congratulations on finishing the program. It's been amazing to meet some of you, hear some of your stories, and get to see you progress through this training and this opportunity to get into trades. I'm sure some of you have already heard my journey and my story, but for me, trades was a career. It was something I had not thought to enter into once I finished school. I went to a public school down here in Geelong, and we didn't have a lot of career information services. And when I left school, I found it really, really hard to work out exactly what it was that I wanted to do with my life and where I wanted to go. So it took me a little while to find my feet, and I just happened to be working in hospitality when someone approached me and asked if I knew anyone who wanted to be in the automotive industry, working on cars. Now, it's something I definitely never thought of myself of doing, but I always had an interest in just doing something that was a little bit different and doing something that I got to use my hands for and get to learn some really good practical skills. So I took up the opportunity and put a resume in at that workshop, and I got my trial, and I absolutely fell in love with the trades. And since then, it's been an incredible journey, just meeting so many other women who are like-minded and who have taken a chance and entered into the trade sector, whether it be working as a carpenter or a plumber or a mechanic. There's so many incredible women out there really pushing the boundaries on this type of work. And when you meet them, as I'm sure all of you have through the program, they're truly inspiring, and they inspire me still every day to be a tradesperson. It isn't just a career choice. It's an incredible decision to learn and have the opportunity to access independence, to use your practical skills every day, to grow your confidence. And you really see that in all the tradeswomen who are working in the sector. They're really strong, confident women, and it can be scary and daunting going into trades. They are heavily male dominated, but you will come out with the best experience possible, and you have so much support from us as an organization, from your program manager, and from each other as well. We're all in this together, and we all want to do do better, and we all want to see each other doing well in our lives, whatever that may look like after this program. So I'm really glad you took the opportunity to give trades a bit of a try and have a dabble and learn a little bit more. For those of you who are pursuing a job in this after today, we're really here to support you. We have lots and lots of jobs available. We'd really like to help transition you into work. And we really hope all the best for you as well. Even if you're not choosing a trade pathway after this program, we hope that you took something away from it, that you really got to learn something new, and that it'll help you however it may help you in the rest of your journey. So again, this is all about you, and I wish we could be in person celebrating together. But congratulations on this huge milestone and completing this program. And I really look forward to seeing you again in the near future. And I really hope that you'll spread the word of trades and encourage others to consider pursuing a pathway. Everything you've done over the past couple of months has led you to this moment, and I really hope that we can assist you to embrace it further and continue on in the sector. And yeah, congratulations from the bottom of my heart. Again, it's been wonderful meeting you and working with you. And I'm so, so excited for your future. And please, if you need anything from our organization, be it today, tomorrow, or down the track, please always reach out to us. We're here for you, and we want the best for you. And congratulations. I'm so excited. And that, hopefully soon we can meet up in person and actually celebrate. All right. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy the rest of the session.
Thank you, Fiona, for sharing your reflections on the Building Futures program with us. It's wonderful to hear how much support there is for our graduates as they complete the program, no matter whether they're taking a trade pathway or carrying the skills they've learned into other parts of their lives. Next up, we have one of the recent participants who took part in the Building Futures program to explore trade opportunities. I'd like to introduce Elizabeth Eises Banza. As the founder of The Amazing Transformation, Elizabeth is a certified life and personal development coach and motivational speaker. She has a bachelor's in communication, a master's in business administration, and is currently completing her second master's degree in social work. Elizabeth also has more than 20 years' experience in the corporate sector, primarily in the construction and maritime sectors nationally and internationally, but the tools have always piqued her interest. When she lost her job in August of 2020, she took the time to reevaluate her career trajectory, which led her to the Building Futures Pathways to Trade program. Elizabeth will tell the story of her experience of the program and where she hopes to go to next.
My name is Elizabeth Eises Banza, and I participated in the Building Future Pathways to Trades for Women program that was launched, or that was held by the Tradeswomen Association in the West, in the Wyndham area. So I am, as I said, Elizabeth Eises Banza, and my professional career has been in the maritime sector, in the construction sector, in the supportive departments of the sectors. So basically in communications and diversity inclusion areas. That's where I was. So in these sectors, during this time, as a matter of fact, I noticed that the industries are quite male dominated, and I also noticed the challenges that the females in the industry encounter. So then, when I lost my job in the construction industry, which was in 2020 around August, I had an opportunity to rethink, what's next for me. And my childhood passion of picking up something in the carpentry industry, came, and I kind of just thought, why not considering options to get into that. And just as I was thinking about that, I saw this advert from the Tradeswomen Association coming up with a pathways empowerment program in the Wyndham area in the west of Melbourne. So I decided to participate in the program and to see how I can be supported to maybe this time around join the different sectors, be it the maritime or the construction sector, not in a supporting aspect, but perhaps in the operations departments. So I participated in the Building Future Pathways to Trades program of the Tradeswomen. It was definitely an eye-opener in terms of the different opportunities that are there for women. It was interesting to really meet 6 ladies that are in the trades, and having our discussions with them, asking our questions in terms of their challenges and how they are being received by the male counterparts in the industry, how supportive the male counterparts are, and also in terms of them making or creating those pathways for fellow women. So that there were quite a number of questions we asked that were comforting to know and to hear about, particularly how the industries are changing in terms of accepting women into the sector. Of course, it was when the ladies were talking about some of the challenges that are not there anymore. Some of them, most of them, probably most, I don't know, are perceived challenges that we as women also have because of what was in the past. So we also need to outgrow those challenges that were there, which are also on our minds, as this is what the men think about us and this is how they perceive us, so that we can go out there with confidence and do what we need to do in terms of delivering according to the mandate that we get employed for. So that was very interesting when it came out, really. Then also meeting the other women who are equally interested in these pathways and the male-dominated industry, that was good, and how we encouraged each other to be able to take on the opportunities as they come. The other aspect that was really outstanding for me in this workshops that we did was the resilience plan that was supporting us to build strategies to draw on our resilience resources in future challenges. That was really awesome for me to know how much that I'm actually already equipped to be able to handle the future challenges as and when they come. So it was really a fruitful, empowering workshop, and the continuous support that we receive from the office of the tradeswoman, that's really something that's commendable. The ladies are doing their best to be able to help us, those who have participated in the program. So it's upon us to really take up the opportunities that are being presented. Pairing us with our buddies, that was really good, because we were able to make friends, new friends, talking to each other about our challenges, and while we support each other, we were equally connected with mentors who then can just open our blind spots even the more and empowering us even the more to be able to, see the pathways, see the opportunities, and, build ourselves up, as in, personal development, as well as the other opportunities in terms of, maybe having a certificate that is required or so. So in that regard, I really think that the program has delivered to what it was supposed to, and continues to deliver in terms of providing the pathways that we are looking at. So I am really empowered, and I'm looking forward to more doors opening for me in the industry. Congratulations to the ladies who are graduating and have graduated together with me, hoping that COVID was not an issue. We could have done this face to face and see each other once more. However, thank you very much to the Tradeswomen Association for this opportunity that we had, and I'm really looking forward to participate, even the more in the programs of the Tradeswomen Association, with my personal interest also in terms of empowering other women. So thank you very, very much to everybody who is a part of this project. Yeah, that's what I can say for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for sharing your experience of the Building Futures program with us. I'm looking forward to seeing where you go next. It was great to hear the program created an environment that allowed you to connect with like-minded women, build resilience and strategies for dealing with any challenges you encountered. As you said, the program is really about empowering women with choices and opening doors into trades. Speaking of opening doors, I would like to introduce our next speaker, Daniel Grech, Career Development Team Leader at Mass National. Daniel works in the careers team, which provides tailored advice to students and job seekers to help them find the right career path. Daniel's worked in careers, traineeships, and apprenticeships since 2004, and his passion lies in ensuring people are aware that there are many ways to reach a career destination. Daniel provides information on career options, workplace expectations, and general career assistance. Over to you, Daniel.
Hi ladies, I just want to firstly start by congratulating you all on completing the course. And obviously congratulations on the graduation. It's a shame we can't be there in the person, but this is how we have to do it in 2021. My name is Daniel from MAS. I had the privilege to speak to a handful of you through the journey, and those obviously that we didn't get a chance to speak to, the invitation is always there. I've been asked today to explain some of the services that MAS can help you with your journey moving forward, and so we'll run through those very quickly now. The first thing is we are a career service. Obviously, the people who've met with us already, we were able to have them a 15 to half an hour minute chat, and then from there we were able to provide some career advice and career steps that may help you on your journey to find that employment opportunity. That invitation is still there for those we've spoken to already. The invitation is still there, and my details can be shared via Tradeswomen Australia for you ladies to be able to make contact at any time. As I mentioned, for those who haven't had that opportunity, we'd love to hear from you. It can be done on the phone, via Zoom, or if it's later on in the track, hopefully in person. But we do ask for that opportunity to meet, ask a few questions, and draw you up a plan to help you with your career. The other thing we have which will help you is a jobs board. So the jobs board is a listing of the vacancies we have from our employers that we can share with you and for all the general public to be able to apply for those positions. So those positions you can find on our website in our vacancy list. With the vacancy list you can register so that opportunities come, we can forward them to you. And we do encourage people to check in to that vacancy list a couple of times a week to see what new opportunities come up. There's a variety and they are all apprenticeships and traineeships. MAS obviously looking after apprenticeships and traineeships. The vacancies that are listed there are for apprenticeships and traineeships only. not for just generic or part-time, full-time opportunities. They are apprenticeships and traineeships only. So from the careers point of view, that's what me and my team do. We look after the advice, the career action plans, and help out with the vacancy list. For some of you who may have landed a position or very close, the next step which Maz can help with is the registration and sign up of an apprentice or trainee. So if you take an apprenticeship or traineeship, it is not legally an apprenticeship or traineeship until government paperwork is completed. And that's what we facilitate. So what you'll need to do is make contact. We'll organise for one of our road staff called the business consultants to make a time to sit with you and your employer to draft up what is known as a training contract. And that training contract is the rubber stamp to make the apprenticeship or traineeship official. Without that paperwork being completed, then what happens is you're a part-time or a full-time employee, not an apprentice or a trainee, which means you're not getting a qualification. You're just essentially an employee, which is fantastic if that's what you're looking for. But if you are under the impression that you are doing an apprenticeship or traineeship, that paperwork must be completed. So it's important that we help you to get that sorted. That will create you a record on the government, both federal and state records, which allows you to accumulate your time in order to get towards your completion. And that's essentially what an apprenticeship or traineeship is all about, having a long period of sustained learning, both on the job and at a TAFE or a training provider, for you to be fully qualified in that area that you have chosen. If you go through that process, there is certain occupations which will have some benefits. Some of those benefits that exist now, and I say now as it is the middle to end of September, is a program called BAC, and a BAC is boosting apprenticeship commencements, and that is where employers get half price wages to have you on board. So if your wage bill was supposed to be $500, the employer will contribute all the $500, but then get reimbursed $250. So as a result of that, it has never been a better time to look for apprenticeships and traineeships in my 12 years in the industry. So it's important that if you're thinking of transitioning, that you make the most of that time. And that completes at this particular stage, that will wrap up at the conclusion of March in 2022. So we still have a good healthy 5 or 6 months of that available. The other things that might be available to you include a trade support loan, where you can borrow some money from the federal government throughout your apprenticeship or traineeship in order for you to be able to essentially get that financial assistance that you may require. So just to give you a brief example, you might be worried about odds and ends meeting. You can borrow this money from the government and then pay it back once you're up and running. So you'll pay it back when you're earning about $50,000. So that is available for certain apprenticeships and traineeships. We facilitate that, and through facilitating that, the first step is that sign-up process. And there's also another one if you do a trade that's on the road, that you may be able to get half-price car registration. So all of these things happen as a result of interacting and getting some paperwork sorted with your apprenticeship centre, which is also co-facilitated with your employer. And it's important that that gets done, especially in the early part of your apprenticeship. It should be done within 2 weeks of you starting your apprenticeship or traineeship. So I'll repeat that again. Within 2 weeks, that paperwork should be sorted, so all of your time and all your benefits and all your perks of the apprenticeship or traineeship can be given to you. Remembering, an apprentice or trainee who does not go to TAFE or does not go to a training provider is not an apprentice or trainee. So it is so important that that gets sorted. So just in wrapping up very quickly again, if you're at the stage of career or job hunting, give us a call and we can map that through. If you're at the position of I'm applying for jobs, we have our jobs board. It is not the solution for all your problems, but it is an extra string to your bow. And then if you have something lined up, please making sure if you're doing it as an apprenticeship or a traineeship rather than just work, that you do get signed up with the government paperwork. If there's any questions, any things that's burning inside your mind, you can get my details from the program. More than happy to share those, and obviously contactable at any time. We have a staff in Victoria of 8, 5 females and 3 males, so we'll organise for one of those people to get in contact with you and get everything that you are requiring sorted as fast as possible. Again, thank you for your time, stay safe, and congratulations for getting to this stage. Well done.
Thank you, Daniel, for sharing the ways that Mass National can continue to support our graduates after the programme. It definitely sounds like taking the right steps for an apprenticeship or traineeship is vitally important. If anyone would like further information on this, please do not hesitate to reach out to Katie or any of us at the Community Foundation. As we conclude the first Building Futures programme and see our participants graduate, I'd also like to add my congratulations and hand over to our final speaker for today, Felicity Trembath, General Manager at Victoria University, who will be awarding our graduate certificates. Victoria University and Victoria University Polytechnic are proud to sponsor Tradeswomen Australia's Community Foundation's Building Futures Pathways to Trade programme. As a premier dual sector provider, VU emboldens and supports its students, colleagues, allies, partners, alumni and friends to shape not only their own futures, but also the wider world in which they live, through learning, research, career opportunities, community and industry development. As the vocational education arm of VU, VU Polytechnic builds on Victoria University's proud 100-year history of excellence in the delivery of vocational education, providing students with tailored workplace-based and flexible courses. Felicity Trembath is the General Manager for the Industry and Growth at VU Polytechnic and has been deeply involved in VU's support of the Building Futures Pathways to Trade programme from the beginning. Felicity comes from a diverse career background, including the still largely male-dominated technology sector. She's a passionate advocate for increasing female engagement in industries traditionally associated with men, including the STEM sector and trades. She's a proud resident of Melbourne's West and actively involved in the setup and support of multiple programs that aim to empower women and reduce the many barriers they face in finding a career they are passionate about and supported to grow in. Over to you, Felicity.
Hi everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to join the graduation ceremony of the Tradeswomen Australia Community Foundation's Building Futures Pathways to Trades program. I'm Felicity Trembath, or Flick for short, and I'm the General Manager for Industry and Growth at Victoria University Polytechnic, often better known as VU Polytechnic or just VU. Before I go any further, I would like to acknowledge the ancestors, elders and families of the Kulin, who are the traditional owners and custodians of university land. As we share our own knowledge practices, may we pay respect to the deep knowledge embedded within the Aboriginal community and their ownership of country. I acknowledge that the many lands on which we are all meeting from today are places of age-old ceremonies of celebration, initiation and renewal, and the Kulin people's living culture has a unique role in the life of this region. For myself personally, I would like to acknowledge the ancestors, elders and families of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung on whose lands I am currently sitting. Victoria University has a strong foundation in trades, encompassing a 100-year commitment to providing high-quality, accessible education and enriching our communities. The VU you probably know today is actually a direct descendant of Footscray Technical School, which first opened its doors to students back in 1916. The school adopted the image of the door of opportunity as a means of expressing to the entire community its purpose and reason for existence, and VU proudly inherits that spirit and tradition today. Our vision to be open and excellent, creating exceptional value for any student from any background and uplifting the communities in which we operate is based on strong foundations laid nearly a century ago. This commitment to accessibility and opportunity is why VU is so proud to be a sponsor and partner of the Building Futures Pathways to Trades program. Our partnership with Tradeswomen Australia is based on a shared vision and passion to increase diversity within the trades workforce and industry, as well as make trades an accessible and aspiring career to women of all ages, cultures and backgrounds. When Fiona first introduced the program to VU Polytechnic, we were not only thrilled to be able to sponsor the first rollout, but to be able to support the success of the program and its participants in as many ways as we possibly could. I've personally had the joy of working really closely with Katie since the program's conception, collaborating on marketing, design and promotion, as well as being able to provide feedback and suggestions for the program's delivery. Most recently, I have joined the steering committee for future iterations of the program, and I really look forward to being able to contribute VU Polytechnic's knowledge and its support as this program goes from strength to strength. Through VU Polytechnic's involvement in this program and through our partnership with Tradeswomen Australia, many other opportunities have opened up that allow us to increase awareness of trades as an aspirational and important career for women and to help support the ongoing removal of many barriers women face in the industry today. Some of this great work includes the co-creation of a diversity and inclusion training video for all VU Polytechnic apprentices and educators. This video is the first in a series of training assets that hopes to help champion an inclusive mindset, as well as increase awareness of what to look for and how to call out inappropriate behaviour. We've also had Tradeswomen Australia's Workplace Diversity Officer, Chelsea Bryans, attend a panel as part of our recent Open Day to share her insights and the importance of increasing the number of women in the industry. I know I speak for myself and the wider VU Polytechnic team when I say we're so excited to continue our partnership with Tradeswomen Australia, including future collaborations such as access to accredited training for program participants and try a trade events which can be located on site at VU's state-of-the-art training facilities. VU Polytechnic is deeply involved with major industry projects such as the new Footscray Hospital build directly across Mount Footscray Park campus, the Westgate Tunnel project with CPB John Holland, and our increasing commitment to the future of transport and logistics. We're not only providing opportunities for the trades of today, but working on access to innovative future skills and technologies in advanced manufacturing, engineering, and more to help our partners and students to meet both existing and future skills needs. I'd like to personally offer a massive congratulations to all participants in the Building Futures Pathways to Trades program. It's been an incredible opportunity to follow your journey. Seeing women such as yourselves coming from diverse backgrounds, walks of life, challenge these stereotypes and actively look at trades as a career is incredibly inspiring. If you're looking for next steps, want to explore what trades training is like, or speak to someone about course pathways and opportunities, please feel free to check out the VU Polytechnic website, or Katie can put you directly in contact with myself and a member of our team will be more than happy to support you and your needs. Thanks for the opportunity to speak to you today. Although I wish I could hand each of these to you in person, I'm proud now to be able to formally read out and congratulate each of the graduating participants of the Building Futures Pathways to Trades program. I apologise in advance to anyone whose name I accidentally mispronounced, and congratulations on this amazing first step in your journeys. Rachel Akabib, Aprianita, Iris Autumn Bolton, Anna Collard, Martina Collins, Elizabeth Eises Banza, Alan Foreman Todd, Selena Gong, Sahela Hadari, Helen Quapper, Sandra Kyriakos, Rihab Masood, Georgie McWilliam, Adut Orthu, Maria Smith, Jacomina Tebuwa, Rose Tom, Abby Yanhong Yu, Veronica Agabong, Nyambo Ajak, Riak Ajuet, Zara Ali, Ahwo Awol, Nyanko Ba, Adu Ba, Anisa Daying, Dak Ding, Amelia Deng, Rebecca Deng, Mary Ditt, Joy Hong, Anay Mela, Hakima Mandiet, Anok Marak, Abu Nagor, Aduk Opin, Rita Padang, Nialet Dak, Chelsea Black, Brianne Conti, Amina Edgar Allen, Jaslyn Haywood, Carly Jones, Patch Keogh, Louise Kosmak, Summer Magri, Grace Minshol, Juliet San Miguel, Talia Zeri, Rejoice Sine, Jackie Carroll, Tomorrow DeRoche.
Thank you, Felicity, and I hope you will join me in congratulating the women who've completed the program with us today. You can all be proud of the fact that you made a choice to empower yourselves and through you, others around you. I would also like to again thank everyone who has worked so hard to make the program a success. Fiona McDonald, founder of Tradeswomen Australia, who has the vision of a better place in trades. Katie Yates, who has skillfully navigated the successful implementation of the program through the world's longest lockdown. Our sponsors, Lord Mayor Charitable Foundation, Victoria University, and Wyndham City Council, who saw the value in what we were trying to achieve. International Day of the Girl was held earlier this month, and I think we should all be proud of the involvement we have in helping to make the world a better place for today and tomorrow's women. Echoing Dr. Cass's words, celebrate your successes today, you've earned it. Finally, I wanted to wish you all well on your journey from here. In Ireland, when somebody sets off on a new journey, we send them off with a blessing. May the road rise to meet you. And so to all of you, I wish you every success in the next steps of your journey. Ganari and Boherlat.